Okay, folks, so I have just been very lucky this morning because I managed to catch Roman whilst he was in Madrid. How long have you been here? 48 hours?
Yes. Yeah, 48 hours. But I've been here for a month before.
Well, in Valencia, yeah. How did you find?
And in Madrid.
In Madrid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I wasn't
Yeah,
in
you were in
Ibiza.
Ibiza, yeah.
So me and Roman haven't seen each other for a very long time. And for those, if you've never met Roman before, Roman actually used to work with Mike before I even worked for Mike. So in London, all of Mike's sick photos, videos were Roman's
Yeah,
work.
it was 2018, 2019, something like that.
Nice. How many years did you work with Mike for?
Not very long, because he left it for Dubai. I think it was about 6 months. I helped him out, and then he went to Dubai, and then I started my own thing.
Nice. Me and Roman have always just kind of talked on Instagram. We used to meet up in London whenever we're in London, and Roman has been a huge inspiration to me, photography wise, YouTube wise. And what's super interesting is that me and Roman kind of started at the same time, and now Roman didn't go to Ibiza and kind of party like crazy for 2 years, and Roman now is absolutely killing it, and I've been watching his progress, I've been watching his journey, and I'm honestly so proud of you and so happy for you, bro.
Mate.
I think no one deserves it more than you.
No,
and I truly mean that. I love watching your videos, I love watching your Instagram, I love seeing your photos, I love your style of photography, and I think Roman is a prime example of just consistency, dedication, hard work, passion, everything in one, and I'm really happy for you, bro.
No, thank you, I appreciate it.
So
mate.
good job. And actually what's really funny is I've been really struggling with my YouTube channel over probably the last month. I'm just feel like kind of stuck, and me and Roman have just had coffee, had a little bit of breakfast, and we're talking about kind of the importance of having a niche. And I have been one person who has always kind of rebelled against having a niche, and you guys know I post lots of vlogs and stuff like that, but Roman told me this morning we had basically an epiphany that it's extremely important and pretty much 100% necessary to have a niche on YouTube.
After I've been shot on by 2 consecutive birds.
Yeah, which is good luck. I believe it's good luck. So if you've been shot on twice, I would say it's double good luck.
Yeah.
So Roman suggested that I go down the path of running as my niche, which he asked me what did I think it was, and I pretty much came to running straight away. Like, it's the one thing that I love the most, and it's one thing that I think I can kind of educate people on.
Yeah.
But I just want to ask you a couple of quick questions about your success and what makes you happy and how your life has been over the last few years. I haven't planned these questions at all. We've just had a really good catch up. We haven't stopped talking for 2 hours. Roman has to go to the airport because he's going to Poland right now. But so tell me just a little bit about what you would tell me about in terms of your calendar and freedom and all of that type of stuff. What have you kind of realized over the last 2 or 3 years since having obviously success with YouTube and photography and brand deals, and I guess you could say you are an influencer.
Oh,
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think, so the definition for me of success is just having a calendar that I can control myself, and having a calendar that's empty, not because I have nothing to do, but because no one can put anything in it. And you see it so much. So recently you might have seen on YouTube, there's this trend of big YouTubers either quitting or cutting back or slowing down. And it all stems from the fact that you start doing something you enjoy because you enjoy it. You make a bit of money, you have a good lifestyle business, but then certainly in the Western world, especially in, you know, your Londons, your New Yorks, your Dubais, it's a very much a hustle culture. It's like, well, making a good living is no longer enough. You need to now become a millionaire. And then what happens is you hire people, you hire editors, managers, you launch a clothing line, you do all of these things. And then you go from creating for fun because you enjoy it and make a living out of it to effectively being a manager and dealing with people. Then you have other people putting things in your calendar, and before you know it, you have a job again. And then creativity is like, you can't just turn up and be creative.
Exactly.
I mean, you can, but not to your fullest capacity.
Exactly.
And if you feel burnt out, like as a photographer, you know, there's certain times after a big trip that I'm burnt out creatively. I just need a month to just recharge and not touch my camera. But if you no longer have that luxury and you're expected to just pump things out,
takes the whole enjoyment out of everything away.
Right. And you don't want to end up being in a position where you're making a lot of money but you're hating it at the same time.
Exactly. I think that's the worst case to be in.
Right. And realistically, wealth, in my opinion, is being able to wake up in the morning and decide exactly what you want to do, when to do it, and who to do it with, not to go and buy a Rolex or whatever.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more with all of that 100%. And we were talking about other YouTubers like Ali Abdaal. There's another guy who I watch called Matt Diavella. Ali Abdaal is very good at putting systems in place, hiring teams like to make the most, like testing thumbnails, testing titles, like basically creating systems for everything. And again, that does, if of course he's kind of different to us.
Right.
I would say we're more creative. We like art, we like photography, we like videography, we like being creative, whereas I think he is more so just trying to educate people in a way. But then you've got Matt Diavella, who does like 30-day challenges. He does X for 30 days and sees how it affects his life. He hired a team, and actually he did a video saying he's quitting YouTube, clickbait, and actually he fired all of the team that he had previously hired because it sucked all the fun out of it, and he just completely stopped enjoying the process of making videos. So I think what Roman's saying is, for me, that's the most important thing. Like I feel very, very fortunate as well as Roman to be able to wake up whenever I want, 6 hours later than Roman, because he wakes up at 5, I wake up at 10. But again, that's the beauty of this work. That's what's so good. I can stay up till 2 or 3 because I like to stay up in the night. I like to edit at night.
I'm an old man, I'm in bed by 9.
Exactly. So, but that's the beauty. I think that's the thing that's so good about the style of work that we do, is being able to do that stuff and have a free calendar. Like Roman can go to Poland, he's going to Japan, he's going traveling basically for the next 3 years, and he can go wherever he wants, whenever he wants, and he can change them plans whenever he wants.
Yeah.
And I think that is, people don't realize how much happiness that actually brings you, rather than saving money to buy materialistic items like watches or Louis Vuitton t-shirts, all of that stuff. That is literally just a flex for other people. That doesn't actually do anything for you. Whereas having the fucking freedom, having a fucking 12-month calendar, and you can do whatever you want in those 12 months for however many years of your life through you making YouTube videos and creating content, doing something that you love every day. I think that is the key to happiness, in my opinion.
And it's I mean, traveling around the world is just one example, but another example is I've got a good friend of mine who does what I do, but he's got a kid. But the difference, he might not go away and travel for 6 months, but he can spend a whole week just with his kid, going out hiking, like they live in Wales, going doing all these things, which
the dream come true, really.
Right. And obviously if he then had a whole team around him, then again he'll be busy dealing with the team, working, creating new work.
Exactly. Daily calls, check-ins,
right,
making sure someone's done this, someone's done that, emails, admin, all of that stuff. And I mean, I'm sure you still have to do a little bit of admin yourself, emails and accounts and all of that stuff, but it's not...
it's manageable.
Exactly.
It's like you don't need, because another thing as well is, let's say, for example, if you hire someone to help you with certain workload, you're paying that person a salary or money. And sometimes it's like, if you don't have enough workload to give them, you can start making work up just to justify spending that money. And yeah, it's a hamster wheel. And I think it's a slippery slope. But there's nothing wrong with going super crazy. And
exactly.
You just need to, before you start, you just need to know exactly what you want. If you like, employing 30 people, managing and making 10 million a month, great.
Which some people do.
Some people do. If that's you, then do it. But that's not, it's glamorized online, but what's often not glamorized is the 13-hour work days and the ability, not having the ability to just go and do nothing for 2 weeks and read a book on the beach, chill with your kids, see your parents, whatever.
Exactly. So finally, just to wrap that up, what for example, you've been living in Valencia in the sun for the last month, and what would a typical day look like for you, or what would an enjoyable day of work?
I don't really have typical days as such, because each day is so different, but usually if I average all my days out, as long as, I don't want to get too philosophical with this, but as long as each day I cover something to do with my health, something creative, something to do with my business, and so something to do with health, something to do with creativity, something to do with my business, and then something to do with relationships. So then as long as I've covered those things to some degree, then it's a good day. So typically I'll work out in the morning, be it stretching, gym, whatever. and then this time I was on my own, but if
Yeah.
I was with my girlfriend, then we'll go for a walk in the park in the morning usually.
Nice.
We'll go get coffee together.
Nice.
She'll go and do her own work, then I'll
Yeah.
grab my camera and go for a walk around Valencia, around the city, walk around, and then come back, we'll have lunch, do some editing, pop out again. But then there are other days where I literally wouldn't leave my bed all day. Like, there have been days in Valencia where I spent the entire day in bed editing, because I was like, right, I need to get this done. It's raining outside, I'm not leaving this bed. I've got some food to cook for lunch. Done.
It's a pretty simple life, to be honest.
It's a very simple life.
And
yeah.
my life is almost identical, and especially when I haven't been creating so much, when I haven't been pumping out so many videos in January, my most important things of the day were to exercise twice, so to run and then either do some mobility or do some weights, which I was doing every single day because I made time. They were the two most important things in my day. So my body has changed massively, more than it ever before in my life, and to also eat well and to sleep well, and that was my priorities in January, and that gave me such happiness and fulfillment.
Yeah.
And I'm only able to do that because I know in February I'm going to pump out loads of videos, or that's going to be my reset so that I'm feeling my best in February to start creating. So I've got a clear mind, so I'm feeling good. And I think, like what you said, your health is so important. If you don't have your health, you can't walk around and take photos. If you're ill or you're sick, you're bedridden, and then you can't do that. So looking after yourself, eating well, looking after your body physically and mentally, like you said, relationships is such a big one. I know when me and Cindy have a little bit of trouble in our relationships, my whole mind is completely blocked and I can't think of anything. So building a good relationship with someone that you love also just enhances your life in so many ways.
Yeah, but even things like, you know, giving your mate a call or giving your parents a call, like, it doesn't have to be in person as well. I think especially when you're traveling, you can get so caught up in your day-to-day life.
It's true.
That
Checking in on people that you care about, and even like, bro, you calling an old friend who, like, that might make their day. Like, you might be sitting on the beach in Valencia, but you just thinking of them and giving them a call could make their day or could make their week.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. It's a simple life, and I think Roman has got it absolutely nailed. I'm super proud of him. Super happy for you.
The only thing I would say just on the nail thing is, don't forget, like, it might look like I haven't nailed on the outside.
Yeah.
From the outside,
Yeah.
but like deep down, there's still so many aspects which I'm like, oh, I could do this better, or you have this.
Well, I think everyone should be always trying to improve.
Yeah. But I think it's like, sometimes from the outside, it might look really cool, but there's like a lot more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I can see from just talking to you over the last 2 hours that you are super happy. Like, I think that you're very fulfilled.
Yeah.
And like, just your kind of fundamentals for a good life now, and like your kind of just way of living, it's had an impact on me already just this morning.
Oh, thank you.
So, good job.
Cool.
And now he's going to Poland. Wait, first of all, make sure to subscribe to Roman's YouTube channel. It's absolutely sick. Best photography, I think, on YouTube. Follow him on Instagram. And you're going to Poland, and then where are you going?
Then meeting a girlfriend in Poland, then we're going to South Korea, and then Japan until the summer.
Wow. So, make sure to follow Roman, because
loads of Japanese travel guides coming out, and
which will
vlogs.
be absolutely sick. So, thank you so much for that, bro. I really
Thank you,
appreciate
mate.
it.
Yeah, it's
So
pleasure.
good to see you.
Yes, I have to make this trip more often.
Well, now that I'm not living in... Well, maybe when you go to Ibiza, I can show you Ibiza. Not the parties, but the more beautiful sides of the island.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind just like a chill.
You could go for like 2 days, and you would enjoy it.
Yeah.
And you're going to Formentera,
Yes.
so that'll be sick. And you have to go to Ibiza to go to Formentera, I think.
Right. Okay.
On the ferry.
I see. Yeah. But we're going to start in Valencia.
Nice.
And then we're going to do 2 days there, and then hop across.
That'll be sick. So, thank you, Roman. And honestly, I feel so happy. Like, I'm so happy that we just met up, even if it was just for an hour or two, because I feel super inspired. I think it's so important to go and talk with and meet with people who are in a similar position as you, or doing better than you, or whatever it is, like-minded. It's just so beneficial in so many different ways. So, safe flight, Roman. So good to see you. Keep up the good work.
We have to get there first.
We do have to get there.
Yeah.
And we need the maps on my phone. So, bye everyone.